Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor. Kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On tonight's convo, we talking sports, we're talking politics, we're talking a little bit of everything. We're talking entertainment that actually relates to a political event that happened. So I'm excited to share with you all some great conversations. Thank you, as always, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune into yet another great convo. This is episode 612 of the Arrington Gavin Show. As always, I thank you. Thank you for those who have been following us since day one. I truly appreciate the long friendship, because that's what we're all our friends. This is a conversation amongst friends. Look, my friends, for those who don't know, we drop new episodes weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's iHeart, Spotify, Apple, just to name a few. In addition to that, you can also listen to us on the radio airwaves. Shout out to our affiliates, WBOK 1230 AM out in New Orleans, where you can listen into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's only on WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about. And then we're going to head over to Las Vegas to KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM. You can listen in weekly on Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific Time, okay, to the Arrington Gavin Show. Again, that's KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM, Las Vegas, Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific Time. And then also shout out to another affiliate, Goat vs. TV, where you can check out past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show. And it's selected episodes. Sometimes it's not full cycle, but it's selected episodes where you can check us out, where you can watch at your leisure. You can download the app. It's free. The Goat vs. TV app is free. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. And then, of course, if you have not done so yet, my friends, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up if you happen to be watching this video right now. Share with a friend, share with family. We have a goal to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If we exceed that, I'll be happy as I don't know what. If we don't, well, guess what? We're still going to be here. But we do have a goal. We're setting 5,000 subscribers. So if you can do so, help us get to that goal. Also, shout out to our awesome website, because we got a dope website where you can catch up. So it's a couple ways you can keep up to speed on the latest episodes. First, social media, of course, Instagram. Subscribe if you have not done so yet. Not subscribe, excuse me, follow to our IG site. You can also follow us on Substack, X. We're on Facebook as well. You can also go to our website, www.theagshow.com. You can catch up to speed on the latest episodes and all that good stuff. Yeah, we're growing. We're small but mighty. Okay, my friends, I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I just left the gym, had a great workout with my trainer, but let me tell you something. The body is sore. And the worst part I've realized, see, when I was in college, and I don't know, maybe it's because when I first started in college, I was like, okay, I'm single, I'm an adult, really, because I'm on my own. I gotta start a regimen. So I had a regimen. I went to the gym heavenly. All my friends were collegiate athletes, and then you got this student who, I played sports in high school, but I never considered myself an athlete per se. But I'm like, okay, I gotta put myself out there on the market, right? I'm not the tallest. So let me get in the gym, get this body right. Okay. Now I think look wise. I think I'm a catch. Okay. And so I was always in the gym, heavenly. Then, you graduate first and foremost. I'm at the love of my life, right? In college, then graduate, and you're off to the real world, right? Working 24/7, X, Y, and Z. And the one thing that changed after I left college was the time management. I had the time to to go to the gym, right? I had a great schedule where okay, finish classes, boom, take a nap, wake up, go to the gym, close your eyes, do your work, all that good stuff. I was good. And then weekends was, finish class, take a nap, um go to the ABC store or the liquor store, whatever gets, get your spirits, and then I'll work out, do a little pump, not as serious, but like a little workout. Then I'll head home, head back to my room, shower, pregame. That's how it was. But see, when you enter into the real world, my friends, when you enter into the real world, you realize that the body just don't. It might look like that in your mind, but the body's saying, "I want to lay down. I'm tired. I'm this. I'm that." So eventually, it's like, okay, I'll do one day off from the gym. I'll do two, a day off from the gym, and then, uh, uh it's like okay, that one day off, or that second day off, or that third day off, then that turned into almost a month, and then you're like, damn, I need to get back at it. And lately, especially, just the older I get, the more busier I get, is very hard to manage my time to to focus on fitness. And it's extremely important, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that to you all who's listening to this show right now, because we have got to take care of our body internally. It's very easy to take care of ourselves externally. It's easy to okay, wake up, wash your face, take showers, put lotion on so we won't get ashy. I don't know, some of y'all be a little ashy, but I know it's the hot summers that we're entering in, but you still need to put on lotion or sunscreen, right? We take care of ourselves. We make sure we go to barbers. Us men, we make sure we go to the barbers. Ladies, you make sure you go to the salon. You make sure you get your nails did, hair done, everything did, right? It's easy. We make sure we got the right clothes. It's easy to take care of the body externally, but we lack. I feel as though Americans, we lack taking care of ourselves internally, whether it's lack of going to our do regular doctor's checkup appointments, or dentists, or going to the gym, right? We lack a lot of the most important things. We are trying to add more years to our life and not deduct more years, from our life. And look, it's easy to eat junk food, man. I was thinking today when I was at the gym with my trainer, man, I want some pizza. I've been on a pizza craving lately, and I was like, oh Lord, I want some pizza. And I was so bad. I drove up to the pizza place, and I I called my wife, and I was like, "Hey, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, but I'm here to get some pizza. Would you like some pizza?" Now, my wife, she already filled in the refrigerator. My wife, we're Whole Foods people now. So when it comes to meal preps, Whole Foods has always been on our side. Now, I enjoy them. And it's a great spot. So we have our refrigerator filled with mostly Whole Foods food, and it's healthy fruit, right? It's healthy. And my wife's like, "No, don't do that. We got food right here in the house." And I'm like, "Okay," but in my mind, I'm like, Dang, I want to get me some. I want to get me some pizza. I really did want it." And yeah, I ended up eating here. So boom, that was one obstacle that I had to fight. But it's hard, man, because let me tell you something. Food is a drug. Food is a drug. It is hard it is an addiction. Okay, and I'm trying to do my best to I had a roommate of mine from college that used to say, "I just want to look good in a suit." But at this point, I'm trying to look more uh um as I there we go. As I crack open a can of water. Yes, that I have a can of water with me. Um I'm trying so hard to just take care of myself, right? I'm in my early 30s. I'm not trying to look like I'm 60. It's easy to look older than what you look because, lack of sleep, which I don't really get, or lack of exercise, which I don't really do, but I need to. So I'm letting you know, I'm documenting with you all, like keeping y'all up to speed, but you also got to keep me um accountable, hold me accountable as well. So that's just my 2 cents when it comes to taking care of ourselves, my friends, because I care about you all. And I also, obviously, I care about myself first and foremost. But I knew people that passed on at an early age because of weight, because of diabetes, because of high cholesterol, because of high blood pressure, because you name it, I knew them. And it's sad because like in my family, so it's hereditary for me. High cholesterol runs in my family. Is I have high cholesterol on my mother's side, I have high cholesterol on my father's side. So boom, you get a guy that is active, right? But I still have to watch my numbers. So I have to take cholesterol medication. Yeah, I know, right? Me. You would think I'm like a just Adonis over here, but no, I gotta take cholesterol medication. So it's just very important, y'all. And I'm not trying to preach because I know I've been kind of extending this, but we at the end of the day, we have to take care of our body. Just promise me this: you take care of yourself, take care of your body internally, and then take care of your body externally. Because really, if you take care of your body internally, externally is easy. That's the easy part. Internally is the most important thing. Before we head to a commercial break, I wanted to play a couple of clips for you. Again, this is kind of a lesson. One of them I would say is a lesson. The other one is something that just wasn't shocked. So let me go ahead and play you this clip. So we're currently in the period of the World Cup, right? World Cup is in the United States. You have multiple countries competing against each other. And one of the games that was held at MetLife Stadium, okay, you had in attendance New York Mayor Zoram Mamdani and I believe the mayor of East Rutherford. But you had a streamer by the name of iShowSpeed, who is a extremely famous influencer and streamer, right? First and foremost, I'm in the wrong business. I didn't know streaming was so profitable. Him, Kai Sanat, who else is from? I mean, there's a number of large streamers, but those are two that I can think of at the moment. But long story short, I show Speed, who has a following of. Let me just take the time. Well, first, let me play you this clip here.
I'm sitting in your seat.
It's the mayor of New York.
It's good. Oh, we're good. Huh? What? Huh?
Okay, good.
We good?
Good.
Oh. Mayor? Who the mayor? What am I saying? Mayor? You the mayor? Oh, nice to meet you, my God.
We're both the mayor.
Oh, y'all both the mayor?
He's the mayor.
Let me proper introduce myself. My name's Speed. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Mayor.
Lovely to meet you.
Lovely.
I've been listening to your World Cup song from 2022 every morning.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Great job.
W Mayor, chat. We just met the mayor. I didn't even realize I was next to the mayor. Small world, man. Oh.
So that was again known to the public as I Show Speed. Speed, he went by Speed, but he is a famous influencer who was unaware that he was sitting next to the mayor of New York City as well as the mayor of East Rutherford. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really keep too much with East Rutherford, but again, coming from a family of New Yorkers, I'm very much aware of Zoram Dani, as we all are. He was newly elected mayor of New York City, and he was he was someone that wasn't I won't even say that because he was very well liked. That's why he won. But the establishment was anti Zoram Mamdani because they described him as a democratic socialist, excuse me, not socialite, socialist. And Zoram Mamdani, young guy, he's in his 30s. He mentions the word free a lot in his plans. And obviously big business, corporations, billionaires, they're like, oh my gosh, no. I mean, it was so bad to the point where you have former New York governor, Andrew Cuomo, run for mayor of New York City, which by the way, mayor of New York City is not like a small position. They're the mayor of all 5 boroughs. And so it's like the mayors of mayors. It's like the king mayor in a sense. So it's a very big deal. But Andrew Cuomo wanted to make a bid. He, political comeback of some sort, running for mayor. He lost in the Democratic primary. And then you had the former mayor before Zoran Mamdani, and what's his name? Mayor Eric Adams. There's an Adams here in Virginia that ran for state senator, so I was trying not to say I was getting mixed up for a second. But yeah, Eric Adams ran for mayor. Well, he was elected mayor. I'm sorry. He served one term as for mayor. He wanted to run for re-election. He left the Democratic Party to say he was going to be running as an independent, which right then and there, he basically just said, I know I'm gonna lose because the party doesn't like me. I'm a little too moderate or controversial for him, and he has some issues happening within his term too. Really, nothing went, got done. But I would say he's one of the least popular mayors. I don't know if they will put him behind De Blasio, but him and De Blasio will probably be tied up. Depending on how Zoram does, we don't know. But anyway, you had Mayor Adams, who at first talked crap about Andrew Cuomo, stood by and endorsed Andrew Cuomo. Then Andrew lost in the Democratic primary. He then went on to run as an independent, still as a member of the Democratic Party, but he ran as an independent because he's like, I have got to get this guy out. You had former established Democrats all, working together with the Republicans trying to take Zoran Mamdani down, and they lost. So I say all that to say Zoran Mamdani is a popular amongst most New Yorkers. Now, the reason why I played that clip is because it's a lesson learned. Speed, who is a very, 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 very famous public figure. He's a very famous streamer. I pulled up his Instagram, y'all. He has close to 50 million followers on Instagram. 50 million followers. He is, he's young, and I get it. Politics is not something that always catches young, famous people's attention. Now, I don't know where Speed is from. I don't know if he's originally from New York. I don't know if he's from California. I don't know where he's from. Now, he was sitting for the most part, and he's looking at his feed saying, Mayor? What mayor? Why is my chat saying mayor? I don't get it. You the mayor? You the mayor? And I'm like, and first of all, if he would have said that, if he would have addressed the gentleman sitting in between the two, the mayor of East Rutherford, I would have kind of let that slide. The fact that he didn't know who Zoran Mamdani is, who campaigned the most through a digital platform, through social media, and he was more popular amongst young folks, is like, come on. And this is why I always say, folks, we have got to, I'm not saying it's, I'm not saying that you have to drop all your stuff and watch nothing but politics or hear nothing about politics, but you at least have to be aware. You have to have somewhat of an understanding and knowledge of who these figures are, because I'm just saying, he could have been sitting next to say if Zoran Mamdani was the opposite, say if he was the worst of the worst, and he didn't know who he was, and he was just talking and embracing him, that would affect his, his brand. But also, just as, I want to say, you have a following of 50 million people. Now, I'm not saying this is, you need to endorse Zoram or this, that, but he did embrace him. He did, give him a hug. He's like, saying, oh, thank you. Very, honor to meet you. This, I didn't know we sit next to the mayor. Just be aware, y'all. Just be aware, because Speed is not the only person. I just acknowledge him because he has 50 million people, 50 million followers, and he ain't know who Zoran Mamdani was initially. Y'all, we have to stay informed. We have to stay informed, because someone like a Speed with the influence, imagine if he was somewhat knowledgeable of what's going on in this political space. Think of the people he can inform, young people, right? Not even just young, old people. There's a number of there's folks of all ages that are involved in streaming. So, I just wanted to, put that out there. Now, this is another clip that I wanted to share. Now, this is not to do with with speed, but this is just a video or a clip that I came across. Remember a while back I had spoken about Kanye West. He sold out. He did two sold out shows. I think it was in California, and made like what? How much did he make? He made like 33 million in 2 nights or something like that. Some large amount of astronomical number. And the whole reason why I spoke about it, it was the fact that Kanye in the beginning of the year had came up with this apology letter on social media, apologizing to the Jewish community, apologizing to the black community, apologizing to people in general, because he's a head case. Like he really is. He's been extremely controversial for far too long, saying some off the wall stuff. And me personally, I've been done with Kanye. I don't have to listen to Kanye's music. I don't have to even know that he like I don't care to hear any conversation related to Kanye West, because I'm not a fan. Is he a talented musician? Hell to the yes. I will give him that. He is a very talented artist who has, who's earned all his accolades and awards. But when it comes to the important things, to, things that affects communities and people in this country, he has been far worse. Okay. And so the whole moral of the conversation I spoke with you all is Kanye West he can get away with so much stuff as long as he make another hit record. His fans are going to support him regardless. They're going to support him regardless. So Rick Scott, U.S. Senator out of Florida, is basically, boycotting having Kanye West perform shows in the state of Florida. He doesn't want him to perform shows in Florida due to his stance on the Jewish community. Let me go ahead and share you this clip here. There we go. So this is Rick Scott. He's had a moment to talk with TMZ about a press conference he recently held.
Saw today that you started a petition calling on people to boycott Kanye West's upcoming concerts in Tampa. Why do you find that necessary?
Well, first off, Kanye adores Hitler. He sells sweaters or material with swastikas. He's anti-Semitic. It's at a public venue where they're taking taxpayer dollars, including Jews in Tampa. They're paying for this, and so it ought to be canceled. Nobody should buy a ticket.
Well, I understand where you're coming from. Maybe I'm in the minority. I'm Jewish. And I actually feel like that canceling Kanye's shows could backfire. A lot of people are running with the conspiracy, the anti-Semitic conspiracy that Jews control everything. They control institutions. And I think if the show is canceled, then it might give them like quote unquote proof. And then they'll run with that and say, see, this is what's happening here. What do you think about that?
Well, I think he's anti-Semitic. I think we all have to stand up for our Jewish friends. That we shouldn't take public dollars, including from Jews, and then have those dollars be used to attack them. I mean, that's disgusting.
I completely agree with you. And I think it's great that you're trying to fight against anti-Semitism. I'm just thinking, is the goal here to kind of like punish Kanye or to stop anti-Semitism? Because that's what my concern is. By canceling this show, I don't know if it's stopping anti-Semitism. It might just kind of, again, be punishing Kanye.
I think every time there's any anti-Semitism, we all need to stand up. Whether you're Jewish or not, you need to stand up and say, I oppose that.
I don't know if you saw this. Kanye.
So I'm not going to play the remainder of that, but what the TMZ reporter, and he was bringing a viable, question. He's like, okay, is this whole petition in more of, banning and canceling Kanye, or is this, is this just canceling anti-Semitism? Because in that case, Kanye's one person. It's not quite canceling, which I mean, would I have asked that question? Not really, but I mean, it wasn't a bad, but it's kind of like, dude, obviously we know Kanye's one person, but in what the senator was saying, Rick Scott was saying, he's like, look, if anybody is a part of any form or fashion supporting anti-Semitism, that's not allowed. That it should be nowhere at all where that's allowed. So in that case, is it canceling Kanye? Yes. But is it also an L for anti-Semitism? Yes. But it does it permanently stop it for sure? No. That's literally saying if John Doe is performing at this arena, and John Doe has been known to be a racist, okay, and we here in Virginia, we're stopping that. We're banning him. We don't want him to participate here. Yeah, we're canceling the show, but do we fully end racism? No. It sucks because it still exists, but it doesn't end that permanently. So I wanted to play that because once again, and I said this from the get-go, when Kanye put out that apology, I'm like, I bet you Kanye has some new music out or a new show, because whenever it's time to start making that paper, oh, here comes the apology and the sincerity. I was wrong. I was this, I was that. Once he makes his money off of a couple shows or a few shows, whatever, he's gonna have another moment, and it's just like back and forth, and it's just, I'm so annoyed. I get sick of it all the time. Yeah, I'm tired of the BS with Kanye. I think he needs to, again, I just think he needs to just be somewhere in his own cave, just chilling. Like, I mean, no, I mean, it's gonna take a lot more to me than just like a social media apology and all that other stuff, man. Look, my friends, we're gonna take a commercial break because we haven't done one yet. Thank you for sticking with us. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back again after these commercial breaks.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, this that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In GOATs, we trust.
6'10", #1 pick, 16 seasons, College Player of the Year, All-Rookie Standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolved. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves care.
All right, my friends, welcome back. So let's get started with some sports news. So my New York Knicks 2026 NBA Finals. I cannot wait until my merch comes in the mail, because your boy went ham the night of when we was crowned when we, the New York Knicks, the team that has not won a final since 1973, the ones that had not been to the NBA Finals since 1999. I'm talking about the 2026 New York Knicks, coached by Mike Brown, MVP, team captain Jalen Brunson. I'm telling you, I was, the more I think about it, I just get the chills, man. It really warmed my heart to see them win, man, because we've been through a lot. But long story short, my New York Knicks is making history yet again. So team owner James Dolan was recently on a sports radio program, I think hosted by what is his name? Craig somebody. Craig somebody. I forget his name. But anyway, they were technically the first team. They'll be the first team to hold on, there we go. They'll become the first team to visit the Trump White House. Which is, I'm trying to speak like, I'm like, so was there not a pro team that visited him during his first term? I think this may be just for the second term, but let me read you this before I actually let me show you this soundbite here where James Dolan is speaking with this radio personnel out in New York.
Are you looking forward to the celebration at the White House?
As a matter of fact, thank you for asking me that. We just did receive an invitation from the White House, which we accepted. We still have to figure out the details, et cetera. But yes, of course. I mean, look, I invited the president to come down for the game. Right, he is a friend. I've known him for 30 years, and I'm very proud to bring the team to the White House.
You said you were privileged that a sitting president came to the Garden. First time ever for a finals game.
First time ever for any NBA finals. Yeah.
That's right. And then you guys get to go back and be celebrated for the entire country to see at the White House at some future date.
Yes.
Are you looking forward to the celebration?
So James Dolan had announced, which was very true. I knew this. James Dolan and Donald Trump, good friends, right? Best friends. You can even consider, you say he's known for 30 years. Everybody's known this guy for 30 years. Look, I think sometimes they gotta it's like, do you know him or do you just know of him for 30 years? Like, do you guys like golf together, all that good stuff? Now I'm just saying that in general, but it wouldn't surprise me that they're friends because hey, James Dolan's a billionaire New Yorker. Donald Trump's from New York, billionaire. They hang, right? It's the reason why he invited him to the NBA Finals. Now, yes, Donald Trump was the first ever sitting president to be a spectator at the NBA Finals. Now, he's not the first sitting president that has been to a basketball game, but he is the first to be at the NBA Finals, a finals that he didn't even stay fully awake for the majority of the game, but which, by the way, that game was so interesting because I don't know if y'all realize, but when they booed Trump, those are people with money that booed Trump, because you have to realize the cheapest ticket was like $4,000. The most expensive one was between 65 and I think almost six figures. I think it was 65,000 or more for a ticket at the Garden. And majority of that crowd booed the hell out of Donald Trump, which was well deserved. But those are people with money. But going back to that, James Dolan, I've always had mixed feelings about the guy. Yes, he's the owner of one of my favorite, not one of my favorite NBA team like ever, but he's always just been back and forth. But anyways, he acknowledged that, yeah, we are going to be attending. We've accepted the invite. Now, I think he has, but he said the team has. And I think really, I don't think you're going to see any players from the New York team not like opt out of attending the White House visit, because again, majority of them are new coming champs. The only guy I know that has a ring is OG Anunoby. He's the only guy that is already a champion, but now he's a two-time champion. Let me read you this article from Yahoo Sports. New York Knicks plan to become the first team to visit President Trump at the White House. Wow. According to the team owner, James Dolan, a personal friend of Trump, revealed the White House has extended an invitation and the Knicks have accepted during an appearance on the Craig Carton show. Okay. During the NBA Finals, Trump became the first sitting president, as I mentioned earlier, to attend a finals game. Trump spent the game seated next to Dolan, behind bulletproof glass in the owner's box. Dolan has since insisted Trump did not fall asleep during the game, despite a viral video appearing to show that he was falling asleep. So, of course, he's going to defend his friend. It remains unclear how much the NBA, the Knicks organization will actually go to the White House. No NBA team has visited Trump during either of his 2 terms. Wow, that I did not know. As many of the league's big names have spoken out against the president or have otherwise declined to attend. Now, before I move forward, y'all, the question I feel like you guys are going to be curious to ask me, like, Arrington, how can you, still love and support your team that's going to be attending the White House, going to see Trump? Look, as much as I do not care, support, really like this president, if it was a team, if the majority of my team says, let's just go here, it's a ceremony, we ain't gotta come here and support this and that, we're gonna be in and out, I'm like, hey, look, I'll attend. I'm gonna do all I can to be with my teammates and to not make my team or to like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to cause any drama, gossip. Oh, I don't want to draw the attention to me and not my team, because this is a moment where we are being acknowledged at the White House for our achievement. That's all. That's what it is, right? Teams have done it before. Teams that have supported the sitting president that's invited them, and even players that did not support, they still attended. Now, obviously, this is a different individual here. This is Donald J. Trump. He's very controversial. He said a lot of things that a lot of people cannot stand for, especially a lot of people of color cannot stand for. So I understand why folks are just saying this is not the time to be friendly. This is not the time to be professional when this guy has been the opposite since day one. I get that. But sometimes you just gotta, sometimes it's just, you have to be professional yourself and not, two wrongs, don't make a right kind of thing in this case, because these guys are not politicians. These guys are professional athletes who is being celebrated for their achievement. Okay, for example, the ice hockey team, when they won the gold, right? They were acknowledged at the State of the Union. When folks that have served the military is acknowledged by their president, you think they all agree with him? You think they all support him? No, but they know the position, they respect the position, and they go in anyway. So that's where I stand with that. I just wanted to share the most notable example remains to flare up between Trump and the Golden State Warriors star Steph Curry, who said he didn't want to go. Trump pulled back the Warriors invitation soon after that statement. Here's what every other NBA champion has done since Trump first became president with the team, who won during Joe Biden's term. Italicized. Okay. The Golden State Warriors 2016 to 2017 season, they said no, famously said no. They rejected twice. 26 season, the season after that. 2018, the Toronto Raptors said no. In 2019, the Los Angeles Lakers waited for Joe Biden. Knicks due to the COVID-19. The Milwaukee Bucks did accept. Golden State Warriors in 2021 to 22 accepted. Denver Nuggets said no. Boston Celtics said yes. OKC recently had said no. So there you have it right there. What's your thoughts on this, y'all? Who should the Knicks? Should they attend? Should they not? Are they wrong for attending? Right? Should they be criticized for attending? Share, give me your takes, man. Leave your comments in the video below, or you can email me right? DM me. I don't care. Just reach out in some form or fashion because I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. Let's go ahead and take that out. Yes. Let's go ahead and digress from this. We're going to stay in the sports world. So the WNBA is continuing to just thrive and build and make so much noise. I couldn't be more happy for them. The WNBA has announced that they are expanding their season to 50 games. Yes. So check it. So as you know, the WNBA has already made a lot of news when they announced the increase in their salaries, which is well deserved. Stars like Asia Wilson, who else? I mean, not Caitlin Clark, but Asia Wilson. I think oh man, what's the girl? What's old girl from LSU? Um oh, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on her name. I apologize. But she's currently, I think she plays in Chicago now. No, she plays in Atlanta. I think she got traded. Uh dang, I'm forgetting her name, but anyway, um their salaries had increased. So I'm very happy that it's nowhere near close to the NBA, but it's in the millions, well deserved. So and with that has been a known story. Adding more expansion teams to the NBA is also awesome. Now they're expanding the season longer, which is a benefit, obviously coming with the because let me see, expanding. So they have 50 games. The NBA has 82 regular season games, if I'm not mistaken. So it says here the WNBA announced the beginning of with the 2027 season. WNBA regular season has expanded to 50 games, up 6 games from the 44 regular season games that currently play. Demand for the WNBA has never been greater. The expanding to 50 game regular season reflects on extraordinary momentum. We are seeing across the league. That's quote from the WNBA commissioner Kathy Engelberg, who wrote in a statement recently. She also said this move reflects on our commitment to growing the game and creating more opportunities for fans to watch the best players in the world and experience the extraordinary talent and competition that define the WNBA. The expanded regular season slated was allowed under the dynamic new collective bargaining agreement that was announced during the offseason. The new CBA also secured vastly improved pay for players, secured a $2.2 billion media rights deal, and allows for 6 expansion teams to join the league from 2024 to 2030. I love it, man. I love it, man. Kudos, congrats to the WNBA again. I'm all for them to continue to make their money, continue to get the proper just exposure and success and notoriety that they deserve because they are professional athletes. All right, they need to be treated like professional athletes. Here in America, or even around the world, pro athletes are catered to the highest. Okay, you have you have Jesus. Then you got professional athletes. Then you got musicians, and then you got elected officials. Okay, like that's how it goes. Okay, and then you have your actors. I'm sorry. I'll put the actors above the elected officials. Then you got the elected officials. That's how it is. Everybody loves pro athletes. Come on now. Angel Reese, by the way, I was trying to remember her name. That was from LSU. Angel Reese. So there's a number of players that have been quite successful. Quite successful. So yeah, shout out to the WNBA for their growth. Let me look at my time here. Let me go ahead and move it on to this story. This is in some entertainment news. So actor and filmmaker Sean Penn, I believe Sean has an Oscar as well too. Sean Penn and Bradley Cooper are teaming together on a new project. Let me go ahead and bring that up here for you all. Yes. Let's see here. What is this? Take that pop up out. There we go. So Yeah, they are teaming together. Sean Penn to direct a timely movie next, re-teaming with Warner Brothers on story of January 6th Cop with Bradley Cooper in talks to star. So Deadline.com reports that Sean Penn, coming off of his third win for One Battle After Another, has been quietly setting up a passion project, and it's a doozy. That's what it is. It's a doozy. The current untitled film will follow the early life of a cop who goes on to be caught up in the January 6th Capitol riots. Penn has scripted and will direct the movie, which has five-time Oscar-nominated actor Bradley Cooper in talks. Bradley been nominated 5 times for an Oscar. I did not know that. In talks to star in the lead role. There has not been a deal yet. The film will reteam Penn with One Battle After Another Studios, Warner Brothers, which has acquired it in a negative pickup. Penn will produce with John Ira Palmer and John Wendell. I can't pronounce that last name. Hold up. Whittlemuth? What Weilermuth? Wow, can I not spell? Is that me? Wildermuth under their Project Pictures Works banner. Now, CAA Media Finance negotiated the Warner Brothers deal on behalf of the producers. Now, productions is being targeted for mid 2027, given Cooper's commitment on the next Ocean's film. The project has been described to us as an unexpected story about friendship, but it will function on multiple levels based on one of the real life cops caught up in the Capitol attack. The project is understood to have buy-in from its subject. However, their identity is being kept under wraps for now. We're told the focus is on the subject's early journey, one that led to him later becoming an American hero in the eyes of many. I think there's kind of a hint there, because I can only think of there's a couple of cops that has been gained quite success post J6. Michael Fatone? For Michael, hold up. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing this name correctly. Michael Fanone. I think that's one person. Yeah, Michael Fanone is one individual, and then there was a gentleman who was running. There was another gentleman who was running for Congress. I think he was running for Congress in DC, if I'm not mistaken. Oh man, I'm trying to remember. Man, let me tell you something. I need to work on my memory. I tell you. Who was it? I said Michael. Who was the other gentleman? Wait, hold on. Was that? Damn it! I just had it. Harry Dunn. Okay, Harry Dunn. So I think Harry Dunn was trying to run for Congress. Maybe he's still in the race. I'm not sure. I haven't really focused too much on that race, but those are two popular officers from that was involved in the J6. So it's not a January 6th movie per se. Nonetheless, given the still divisive terrain, the political climate, and the studio's potential new owners, it's a commendable commitment by Warner Brothers, which has had big success recently with bold original stories. I think this will be interesting because he's known, and he being Sean Penn, known for strong political convictions, previously attended a public hearing of the House Select Committee investigating the deadly 2021 insurrection. At the time, Penn said he was there to observe as just another citizen. To see if justice would be served, he said, alongside several law enforcement officers who defended the Capitol. Among those he was seen speaking to were, look at me over here name dropping before I even read the article, Michael Fanone, the former Washington, D.C. police officer who was severely injured and beaten on the day. Yeah, that's intense. It says here you don't have a squint hard to see a strong resemble between Cooper and Fanone, but sources wouldn't be drawn on whether the latter is the subject of the film. It may not turn out to be him, but Fanone's story is a compelling one. He served as a cop from 2001 until his retirement in 2021. And like Cooper has Italian heritage, the one-time Trump supporter, he joined the Capitol Police in the aftermath. Everybody's trying to hit me up all of a sudden. A one-time Trump supporter, he joined the Capitol Police. Give me a second, friends. My my iPad wants to act funny while I'm trying to read you this. There we go. Okay. He joined the Capitol Police in the aftermath of the September 11 attacks, but later fell out of love with the president. The divorced father of 4 who has faced relentless threats from political extremists wrote a book called Hold the Line, in which he detailed multiple unlike friendships, including with a black transgender sex worker named Leslie, whom he's brought to meet young officers to foster understanding of the diverse communities they swore to protect, and with folk icon Joan Baez Joan Baez, stemming from a portrait she painted for him defending the Capitol. So again, nothing's set in stone. Nothing's said yet. No one knows if this film will even continue on. But it is in the works. They have not mentioned who the story is about, nor is Bradley Cooper signed on to play the star. But I will say, again, Michael Fanone is one familiar individual who has grown a career as a political commentator now that is very much against the Trump administration. He's a regular on I would say independent media circuits, progressive leaning media circuits. He has, like I said, he's grown a career. He's grown major popularity amongst left-wing figures, but as deserved, though, because again, he was initially he was a Trump supporter. He voted for Trump, and witnessing being involved in such a horrific act again, and I remind you all, this president wants to compensate those people that cause that havoc, that cause that harm. What does that say about the leader of the free world? He wants us to pay for them because he considers them American heroes because they broke the law in the name of Trump. See, when you always bring up, like, why do folks have to call him a dictator? Why do they call him, as I just dropped a piece of cookie in my mouth while I said that, why do people criticize him so much and all the insults? Oh, it's just uncalled for, yada yada yada. Look, I've had friends that have said, look, I never thought Trump was that bad until January 6th. You know what my response is? It took you all the way to January 6th to realize he was bad. That's my first response. Just January 6th. But, folks have to, they eventually receive that wake-up call, but like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? What just happened? Next one. And look, I don't expect folks to understand why a number of people within the Black community has a certain frustration and a disconnect between the president. Okay. I don't expect people outside the Black community to understand, us through our lens. Okay. But January 6th, and here's the thing, there's still people that defend January 6th. Look, I shared with y'all not too long ago. A congressman, I believe, out of South Carolina said J6 was a hoax. It was staged. What? Are you kidding me, dude? Law enforcement was trying to protect your ass from getting trampled or God knows what could happen when folks stormed the Capitol. Here's the thing. They broke through windows, broke in a government building. They were climbing up over walls like a bunch of apes escaped from a zoo. Okay. They were sitting in folks' offices, crapping, peeing, like they did the worst of the worst. Some of them took items from the government building. Trump didn't even want to stop the damage, okay? He didn't even want to stop it. They had to get the vice. The vice had to take a stand. And because he took a stand, he's no longer on the Trump nice list. I mean, when do you ever know a vice president not be back for a second term along with the president that he served under? Did you ever catch that? When Trump wanted to run again, he never brought back Mike Pence. Those same individuals that were arrested, that were almost promised reparations, those folks were screaming, selling. They were saying, hang Mike Pence. What? Are you kidding me? They're saying this about the vice president, and the president himself couldn't even say, no, don't say that. No, he never did. He's saying pay them. They should be compensated. How do you think that makes Mike Pence feel? I would love to sit down and talk with the former vice and acknowledge, like, you realize that this initiative that has been put on pause, right? It's been on because all the backlash that the Republican Party was giving Trump, they stopped it, right? But it doesn't mean he's not going to come back to it. This is just year one of his second term. Remember that. This is just year one. This is not year two. This is just year one of his first term, of his second term. That doesn't mean he's not going to go. He's not going to try and go back to it. So again, y'all, we have to come to an understanding that when that election has consequences, when you elect the wrong people, stuff happens. This upcoming midterms could not be. It is so important that we all put in the right people in office so that we can live a better life the next day. It's important that we vote in people that are for the people and not for themselves. Last time I checked, there's only one God, I serve, and I hope y'all serve, and that's the man upstairs. It's not an individual. We don't represent kings here. That's why the whole such thing is no kings. Look, my friends, that goes my time. Jeez Louise. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I'm going to preach for y'all some more on the next Arrington Gavin show. So peace and blessings. I'll talk to you soon. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.